In today's video, we will be learning about kit bashing. Kit bashing is the number one skill you should be cultivating to move from the beginner stage into the intermediate stage. Part 1 will cover character kit bashing, which concerns morphs, eyes, hair, clothes, and footwear, which are going to help you to create unique 3D artwork that you desire and make the best use of the content you have inside Daz Studio. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Parmi and I'm here to guide you on your Daz Studio journey so you can create the best 3D art that you can. So in this tutorial, we're continuing with that phase of moving into the intermediate stage, getting away from the beginner zone where it's all nice and cuddly and warm, and moving into the intermediate phase where we're going to make the most progression, where we're going to make a lot of discoveries, and we're going to really improve our Daz Studio capabilities and what we can actually do inside Daz Studio. And we're going to be moving on with that using kit bashing. Now, kit bashing is a fancy word, and all it means is we're going to be using props and assets not for the intended purpose. So we're going to be going over hair, we're going to be going over clothes, we are going to be going over footwear, right? How can we use all these inside our content library, make the most use of it, and create our unique artwork by learning this skill called kit bashing, which I feel is the number one skill everybody should be moving towards and learning, right? This is the skill. You spend the most time, effort, and energy on this skill. This will set you apart from everybody else. This will make your artwork look unique. And if that's what you're looking for, then this is the tutorial for you. So the first step to kit bash your characters are through morphing. Now, morphing is great because it will turn this plain old Genesis 8 male character here into something fantastic, or Genesis 8 female character into something fantastic, right? They will look completely different, and that's what you want. You want your characters to look unique. You don't want the same person all the time. You want to have something unique that nobody else has, which is going to make you stand out and make your artwork stand out. So there are 3 ways to do morphing. The first way is to go to the Daz 3D store, purchase those morphs from the Daz 3D store. Why I recommend this? Because if you're a beginner, this is the best way. You don't have knowledge of morphing, that's absolutely fine, right? You can learn that as you progress on your journey, not a problem. You can learn any skill. And these morphs are great because they are tested, right? They're going to work in the Daz 3D ecosystem. And any problems that there are with these morphs, they are fixed regularly and updated regularly, right? So that's the great thing about purchasing content from the Daz 3D store, is things are updated and fixed regularly if and when they need to be, which is absolutely amazing. So you can go and purchase those. What I'm going to do is put a link in the description down below and show you the morphs that I use. When you click on that link, full transparency, when you click on that link, I do not get any money if you go to that link. If you purchase that morph, the money goes directly to Daz 3D and goes directly to the vendor. I get nothing, nada, zip. So that's just full transparency there, just to let you know that I make no money off that link you click on. It's just I'm giving you the quick link there to go and see that morph, so you don't have to go searching through thousands of morphs that there are out there in the Daz 3D shop. So that's one way, that is the buy the morphs. The second way is if you already got existing characters, Genesis 8 male or Genesis 8 female, or even Genesis 8.1 female or Genesis 8.1 male, right? It doesn't matter. You can use all morphs. So let's go through that right now. So I'm going to click on my Genesis 8 male character here. I'm going to go to the shaping tab here, and then the actor tab, I'm going to expand that, and then I'm going to go to full body. Now, full body is exactly what it suggests, is it will only change the shape of the body. So if I was going to use this Alex body shape and turn it up to 100, it's going to change that shape. Let's just zoom out so you can see. So it's changed his body shape. Also increased the height. So anything to do with the body, it will make those necessary changes. We can mix and match as well. So we can say, hey, I want this one. I want to add this as well, right? We can mix and match and do that. You don't want to go too overboard. You don't want to go 100%, because then things start to go a bit weird. So you want to be mindful of that. You don't want to go like 100. You have to be like, you know, maybe 30% this, maybe 30% that, and then like maybe 30% something else. That's fine. You don't want to whack all the morphs to 100. It's not going to look great. So let me just take this back to 0. Cool. Okay, so that's the full body only morph. If you click on people here, this is the people, right? So this will do the whole morph as we see. So this arm 8, as soon as I apply this morph, it's going to do the body and it's going to do the head as well, and the head, meaning the face. All right, there you go. It's applied everything all together. Again, we can mix and match. Again, if you go 100%, things start to go a bit weird. As you can see, the shoulders go a bit weird here. If I go really max 100, it goes even a bit stranger, right? Even his face goes a bit stranger. So you got to be very mindful of that. Turn that down. Cool. Now let's go. If you just want to say for example, you want to do the head. If you just wanted to do the head, then we can go to the, zoomed in a bit too much there. We can click on the head here, and then we can go to, just expand that. We can go to people, and these are all the heads of all the characters that I have. So if I just wanted his head there, I can't even say his name. Ankaten. That wasn't even really bad. That was really bad. But yeah, I want to just put his morph up to 100, and you can see his face change. There you go. And again, if I put the next one up to 100, you'll see what happens. It's too much, right? You really are exaggerating that too much. And what you'll find is if you exaggerate too much of the morph, especially for the face, these eyelashes go a bit awry as well. So you got to be very mindful of that as well. Again, don't use 100% of the morphs. Be very 30% something of one and then 30% of the other or something like that is enough, right? You don't need to go crazy. So there you go. So that's the other way. If you got existing characters, use them. Fantastic. Now, the third and final way is to create your own morphs, which is the advanced method, obviously. And I've got a tutorial here in the card. I'll put it up here, the Blender tutorial, which shows you how to do with Blender. If you got ZBrush, cool, absolutely amazing. Go ahead and use ZBrush, much better, because the seamless integration with ZBrush and DAZ Studio. All the top vendors on the DAZ 3D store and even on the other store like Renderosity use ZBrush, because that is the standard for creating morphs for the characters inside DAZ Studio. I mean, they use it for everything. The clothes, creating morphs for the clothes, creating morphs for the hair, right? It is like the industry standard. And yes, it costs a lot of money, but if you don't want to do that, you can do it the Blender way, and that is enough, right? That's enough to get you going until you want to purchase ZBrush, or if you want to take it further, then you can do that. So those are the 3 ways you can change your Kitbash character using morphs. Moving swiftly on to number 2, and that is kitbashing a character, the eyes. The eyes have it, the windows are the eyes to the soul. And currently, this Genesis 8 male character that we have here, he's soulless, right? There is nothing there. He's soulless. You can see that he's, the eyes look rubbish, right? So what you'll find is that the Genesis 8 female characters, their eyes are absolutely amazing. And especially when you look at the Genesis 8.1 female and 8.1 males, those eyes are amazing, absolutely amazing. So what we can do is we can use the Genesis 8 female eyes on the Genesis 8 male eyes. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first of all, click on Genesis 8 male. I'm going to click on my Genesis 8 male character there. And then I'm going to go on my smart content library here, my smart content tab. And the first thing I'm going to do is this here, filter by context. Now, it's ticked here. What that means is when I expand this, anything in here relating to Genesis 8 male, so any Genesis 8 male here will only be available here, right? So I want every character. So I need to untick this. Okay, it's going to refresh. And then here you go, right? And now I've got every character, including females, okay? So what I want to do is I want to go to materials. I want to go to Eye because they're Eye eyes. And I want to go to eyes. And this is going to show me all the eyes for my characters, male and female, in here. So as you go through, you'll see some pretty okay eyes. These are the male eyes, mind you. Some of these are male eyes, female eyes. So I'm going to go to the really good female eyes. As you see as I go down, they're really realistic. And these are the jailer eyes. The jailer eyes. There it is, jailer. Okay. And it's very straightforward to do this. I've already selected my character, and then I'm just going to double click on the eyes that I want to use. So I'm going to use these blue ones because they got blue ones here. And you're going to see the difference. The difference is amazing. So just wait for that to take place. Wait for that change to go. And there it is. All right. How realistic do those eyes look? Can you not tell me how better that looks right now on my Genesis 8 male character? He looks alive, right? He looks more realistic. This is it. This is the difference these eyes can make. And this is what I did for all my Genesis 8 characters and my Genesis 3 characters as well. Genesis 3 male characters. I changed the eyes for them. So to make it look more realistic, because the eyes that come with the Genesis 8 males are not that good. The eyes that come with the Genesis 8.1 males are much better, obviously. We're just talking about the normal Genesis 8 male eyes. So this is a great way to really make your character look amazing. All you need to do is go and purchase a Genesis 8 female character that has amazing eyes, and you can reuse those eyes. So that's what I did. all I did for my characters was reuse these eyes. So I just thought, because my characters are Japanese and Japanese people have like dark brown eyes, I just use the jailer eyes, right? I just use jailer eyes for all my characters. Nobody was none the wiser, and it looks realistic as well. That's what I did. I think some of them I used these Inge eyes as well, right? To just spicing up the difference there. There you go, right? Different blue. But it just looks so much more realistic, so much better than what the Genesis 8 male eyes look like. So one thing you can't do is you can't use Genesis 8 female eyes on Genesis 8.1 male or 8.1 female. Why would you? Anyway, because those are far superior. Genesis 8.1 eyes are far superior to Genesis 8 male or female. And the reason is because of the different UVs, right? The UVs have changed for Genesis 8.1. So we can't use them anyway. And why would we? On to number 3 now, kit bashing, and that is hair. Hair is really important. It really adds a dimension to your characters. And with hair, we can use Genesis 3 characters' hair on Genesis 8 characters' hair, and we can use it on different genders, right? We can really go to some complex details with this. It's absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the easy way first, and then I'm going to show you the hard way. So the easy way is very straightforward. Select your Genesis 8 male or Genesis 8 female character. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go to my hair here. Okay. And I'm going to choose a female, right? Female hair. Genesis 8 female hair first. So Genesis 8 female hair. It doesn't really matter. We'll choose this one here. Voss hair. So as you can see here, it's Genesis 8 Voss hair. And it's for females. The picture of female. So I'm going to double click on this. And then we are going to get an AutoFit box come. And it's going to ask the question, what figure was this item originally designed for? So it was originally designed for Genesis 8 female. So from this list, we're going to choose Genesis 8 female. And we don't need to worry about this section here, right? There's no need for this because the AutoFit's so good that it will figure it out anyway. There's no need to mess around with these settings. They don't really change that much. They don't really do much, in my opinion. But if you feel that this setting should be changed, then yes, please go ahead in the comments down below, write that down, say, hey Palmy, you're wrong, that should be this and that should be that. But from my testing, I don't need to change that to anything. The AutoFit does a very, very good job of fitting the hair to the character. So I'm going to click accept. And then what's happening right now is that Daz Studio is doing the wonderful behind the scenes stuff, and he's going to fit that hair, that Genesis 8 female hair, to our Genesis 8 male character, which is awesome. This takes a while, so I'm going to pause the video, and then when we come back, the character will have the hair all done. Right, so we're back. It's all on the AutoFit. I'm going to do the iRay preview just to show you that it is all good. The AutoFit does a very, very good job of doing that. And there we go. We can see around here. There we go. There is no problem whatsoever there. Fantastic. So that's great. This method works for, great for any hair. So if you've got a Genesis 3 hair, whether it's male or female, and you put it onto a Genesis 8 male hair, you can use this AutoFit method. Fantastic. Genesis 3 male or female hair again, and use it on a Genesis 8 female. It'll work as well, right? This AutoFit method is amazing. It works. It's a lot better. At the beginning, when I first started using Daz Studio, it wasn't that great, but they've made it a lot more efficient now for you to make the most of that. So that's absolutely amazing. Now, we're going to move on to the hard bit, as I call, because sometimes you may want to use hair that is long hair, right? And with long hair, that hair has been rigged. So I'm going to show you Genesis 3 female hair. We're going to cover that, and then I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Here we go. All right, so this is the Genesis 3 female hair, and we're gonna put it on the Genesis 8 male. So I'm gonna make sure nothing's selected in my scene tab because I don't want it parented to anything. Double click that. It's gonna load it up as a normal like prop. It's not connected to anything. So what I mean by this is long hair. So all long hair, some short hair has this as well, is the hair is rigged. So when I move my mouse over a particular section, you can see it's rigged. And when I click on the parameters tab, you can see I've got the bend, the twist and the side, which allows me to bend and twist the hair. So I'm just going to undo that. So if you want to keep the rigging, we are going to have to manually fit the hair to that character. Whether that's a Genesis 8 male or Genesis 8 female, this step applies. if you want to keep that rigging. So what happens with autofit? Autofit keeps the morphs of that hair and it removes any rigging. Okay, so if you want to keep rigging, this is the method for you. So the first thing we need to do is we need to parent this hair to the head of our character. So I'm going to click on my character here. So my head is here. I'm going to drag this and I'm going to just like parent it to that. Okay, now it's parented to the head. What that means is when I move the head forward, back, the hair will move with it, right? It's parented. Okay, move side to side, move with it. That's what that means. And now what we need to do is we need to reposition it, because you can see here, if I do the iRay preview, you can see, I'll zoom in a bit more so you can get a better look. You can see there's like clipping here, like it's intersecting into the hair. So we need to resolve that ourselves. And that means we need to use the transforms to manually move the hair up. Okay, so try 1. This is where you need to guess a bit more, a bit of discovery, a bit of guessing. Still a bit of clipping there, you can see. Let's try 1.5. Alright, 1.5 looks okay. I'm going to go 1.3. That looks okay. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay. Then we're going to look at the sides and see what's happening on the sides. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to just sort out this sun here, because the sun, if I just turn the environment intensity, maybe we can see. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. We can see now. So we can see some clipping here, there. So what I need to do is I need to X scale, right? I need to X scale, put the X scale wider a bit just to fix that clipping there on the side. So the way to do that, because we can't see that at the moment because it's hidden, we click on this tab here, and then we go to preferences, show hidden properties. Now a lot of properties come up that are hidden. We're going to go to X scale. As you can see, it's hidden. So I want to just increase that a little bit, right? Because I want to just resolve this. We could probably go like 102 maybe. That might be enough. And that looks good. Yeah, 102 looks good. Okay, it's not that much. That side looks okay as well. Yeah, that side looks okay as well. We could obviously we could use the morphs, right? Because the morphs are still here. If we go to if we click on the hair, the actor here, and the morphs, okay, we could use these. Sometimes this morph might not be enough, so we could still use the morphs if you wanted to as well. If you didn't want to use, if you use the morphs and realize that the morphs didn't fix it, then you can use the translate and the X scale to fix that yourself. So that's all done. Excellent, fantastic. Now we got a Genesis 3 female hair on our character here, male character. The next thing we want to do is save it. So, and the way we're going to do that, I'm going to show you right now how to save it. So we're going to click on our Genesis 8 male character. I'm just going to come out of iRay preview mode here. File, save as, and it's going to be a wearable preset. Okay, and I've already saved it here, but I'll save over it again, not a problem. Give it a name where you want and wherever you want to save it. Okay, just make sure you put it somewhere where you want to save it. I've just saved it here because it's just easy for me to save it there. Yes, I want to save over that. And this is, you get the wearable preset save options, and we want to just have the hair selected, right? We don't want to save anything else. That's it. That's all we do. These don't matter because none of these are selected. Okay, these are like extra options, so we don't have to worry about that yet. Click accept. Cool. So that's saved, and it is here. It is saved in my DAZ 3D library here. One of these. There it is. Right, there it is. Okay, wearable preset. Just to show you that it actually works, so I'm going to delete that hair from the head. Okay. I'm going to click on my character. I'm going to double click that wearable preset. And it's going to go exactly in that same position, right? It's going to go to the head, bone, and there it is, okay? So that'll be fixed for that character. If you choose another character and you apply this, it won't automatically fit. You'll have to do the manual conversion yourself. But this will be a great starting point for you, so you can use that as like a reference save if you want to do so. So that's only if you want to keep the rigging. This same method applies to Genesis 8 female. If you were going to use long hair from this same hair for the Genesis, this same hair for Genesis 8 female, the same instructions would apply. So let's move on to step 4 now, which are clothes. Very important indeed, because what you'll find is that there are a lot of clothes available for female characters that would look well or work well for male characters, and sometimes the vendors don't create clothes for the females and the males, even though you could wear both, right? And this is where we're gonna use the kit bashing for that as well. So we're gonna use the items or the clothes that were made for a different figure and a different generation on whatever generation you want to, right? We can do that, which is absolutely amazing. So let's show you the easy method first. Sorry, my wardrobe here, there we go. And see everything here, right? All my wardrobe, all my things. So what I want to do is I want to say, for example, this helmet here, right? This helmet is for Genesis 8 females only. I could use this helmet on my Genesis 8 male if I wish to do so. And the same thing applies. Select your Genesis 8 male character, double click that helmet. The auto fit will appear again. And again, it's going to ask, what was this item originally designed for? It was for Genesis 8 female. We're going to do accept. It's going to do the wonderful weight mapping and all that wonderful things to convert it, and then it will magically fit, which is absolutely amazing. So now we've got uses, right? You'll find you've got clothes for your female characters which would look well, which would work well, right, on a Genesis 8 male character. We can do that now. Great. If you want your Genesis 8 male character to wear a dress for whatever reason, it can do that as well. Okay, we can do that as well. It will do the auto fit, and there you go. Right, there it is. Just to show you as well, do the IRA preview, and you'll see that, you know, it's done a very, very good job of the auto fit. Again, the morphs are retained. Okay, the morphs, if there are any morphs associated with this, they are retained. There are no morphs with this. There it is. Right, it fits perfectly. All right, I don't need to keep purchasing different things. I can use that one item on my character. So I'm going to show you another example right now from the content library. Let me just move my Genesis 8 male character back into that group there. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go down and into Genesis 3 female. Now, there are a lot of like Genesis 3 female clothing that we can use for males, right? I'm going to show you a great example right now. For example, this adventure outfit here. These jeans, right, would look great on a male. Why not? Okay, so let me just go down so we can see that. And again, the same thing applies. This is a Genesis 3 female clothing. It's going to be put on my Genesis 8 male clothes for my Genesis 8 male character. So again, just going to double click that. The auto fit will appear. Again, it was created for Genesis 3 female though. So do accept. And now it's going to do its magic. It's going to do its, this may take a while as well because it's going to do all the special magic and behind the scenes to get it to fit. And this is the magic of auto fit. It does a very good job with this. So just think of all those clothes you have for Genesis 8 female, or even if you have Genesis 3 females and you want to use them on your Genesis 8 male characters, you can do that, right? You can do that. And this is great. This is fantastic. So we're making use of our content library, which is absolutely amazing. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm going to pause the video because when you're converting Genesis 3 items, props, assets, it takes a while for Audacity to do that. So I'm going to pause it right now and then I'll come back to this. Right, so we're back and now you can see the shorts are overlaying that. Let me just remove the shorts so you can see that it actually does fit. All right. No issues whatsoever. Sometimes when you do clothing, there may be some issues. There may be some issues with clothing. Again, the morphs are retained just to show you that. I think there's some morphs with this. There we go. Actor, there's some morphs here. There you go. There's some morphs here. They are retained, which is great. So again, we're using something and using an asset for a second use, which is great, and you're saving money as well. So those are the clothes. Let's look at Generation 8 female as well. I just want to go over that very quickly. So let me just hide the Generation 8 male, get the Gen 8 female. Cool. So again, we can, I'm going to actually find some Genesis 3 male clothing and to show you that the same process applies. The same process applies. Select our Genesis 8 female character in the scene tab, and then double click that 9 to 5 shirt, which is a Genesis 3 male, right? It's a Genesis 3 male item of clothing. So Genesis 3 male here, we're going to choose accept. And again, it will go ahead and do all the heavy lifting. There you can see it's doing a lot of morphs there, loading all the morphs and projection maps and everything. Again, it's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause the video and then we'll get back to this. We'll come back to this straight away. Okay, so we're back. Here we are. I'm just going to remove that tank top there so you can see what the shirt looks like. There we go. Okay, so just ignore the bit at the bottom. That's because I've got the short sign for her modesty. And there you go, right? It fits perfectly. There you go. The auto fit does a very, very good job of doing that. So there we go. We can use that again and again as much as we want to. That method there. Some clothes that are older have bones. And again, like I said before, when you do the auto fit on those clothes, the bones are removed, right? So you can't do the rigging. And that's what we're going to look at right now. So I'm going to just find that clothing first with the one with the rigging, which is the Alicia armor outfit, right? So it was this one here. So I'm just going to put it here. I'm not going to select anything. I'm just going to put it here in the scene tab. Nothing selected, so we can see it. Okay, so you can see this is rigged because when I move my mouse over it, it selects the different portions of that clothing. And then obviously you can see, let me just get rid of the properties. You can see that it's got a bend and a side to side, so I can move it up and down. Now this is before the invention of D-Force. Okay, so this is why this is rigged. There was no D-Force back then, so this is a pretty old clothing. So if you have any old clothing with rigging, this is the way to transfer it across. So this is how we can transfer it across from a generation 3 to a generation 8 character and keep the rigging. So let's go into that right now. So the first thing we need to do is we need to change our pose of our character to a generation 3 pose. So a generation 3 pose. So I've already got that here. I'm going to put the link in the description down below so you can use that. So if I go up here and we go to my library, my Daz Street library. Here it is, Gen 3 T pose for generation 8. Okay, so we're going to apply this pose. We need to apply this pose. This is the exact method to do this, so you can retain that. You can retain the rigging. So we've done that now, and what we need to do next is we need to click on the armor here. We need to click on these arrows here in your scene tab, and we need to click on edit and scene identification. Okay, and then we get this dialog box pop up, and where it says preferred base, we want to change that to our base Genesis 8 female. So we click on the 3 dots here, we scroll down to Genesis 8 female, and then we do okay. So what this is telling Dash Studio is like this clothing has been created for Genesis 8 female. We're kind of tricking it, so to speak. So we're tricking Dash Studio and thinking that it's made for Genesis 8 female. Then what we need to do is we need to select Genesis 8 female first. Very important, this step. Make sure you select Genesis 8 female first. Keep control pressed and then click on the armor. Okay, you gotta be in that. It must be in that order, otherwise it won't work. Then we go back to that tab here, that options. We go to edit. We go to rigging and we do transfer rigging space. Okay, so that's going to transfer that rigging space. It's going to make sure it fits correctly. And then what we do is we can click on the item here on our armor top, go to general, and here where it says fit to in our parameters tab, we go to general, we go to fit to here, and then we choose our Genesis 8 female character. There it is, and we do accept. And what you'll find is when you do fit to, the auto fit won't come up, because remember we tricked it earlier with that scene identification. We've tricked the Dance Studio thinking that it's already a Genesis 8 it's already a Genesis 8 clothing, that we don't need to do the auto fit. So that's what that scene identification does. So what I'll do now is I'll just remove that tank top so you can see. I'll leave the shorts on for our modesty. But there you go. It's fitted nicely. Front, back. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. I think that's fitted nicely. It has, yeah. Okay, cool. So it's fitted and we still got the rigging. Look, the rigging's still there. See, it's bending. Okay. Fantastic. So now we're going to save it. So what we're going to do now is click on our clothing item. We're going to save it as a support asset. So file, save as, support asset. It's going to be a figure prop. Okay, and I'm going to give it a name. I don't think it's already here. Cool. So it's going to be the Elysia Armor for, right, Gen 8.3 Elysia Armor for Gen 8F. There we go. Press save. And then the usual stuff comes up. Content library. It's a shirt. It's not a shirt. It's more like a dress. Okay, so that's fine as it is. And then click accept. You can change the content type if you wanted to. If you want to be specifically say, hey, it's not a shirt, it's whatever it is, right? A dress or whatever. You can change that if you want to. And then everything else is fine there as well. That's good. Click accept. So it's going to save everything relating to that. There it is. It's shown up here in my DAZ 3. So whatever image you have here in the active viewport will be portrayed here. You can obviously change that as well if you wanted to. That's a tutorial for another time. So let's see if that worked. First of all, I'm just going to put that top back on and then we can delete that armor. Click on Genesis 8 female. Double click on that wardrobe. And there it is. Now you're probably thinking, well, Palmy, it's still in the T pose. So let me delete that again. Let's put the Genesis 8 female back to the normal pose. So I've got a pose here that will bring it back. 0 pose. There we go. Back to the original Genesis 8 pose. Let me go back to my content library here. All right, and there it is. So again, my Genesis 8 female is corrected. We're in the Genesis 8 pose, the normal 8 pose. I'm going to double click that. And there it is. All right, fits perfectly. If you don't believe me, let me just remove that tank top so you can see that. There it is, right? Fits as expected. Fantastic. So that's only if you wanted to keep the rigging. If you didn't want to keep the rigging, you would just use a normal method. Which is you would just select the character, double click on that clothing item, do the auto fit, and then it will just fit it right to that character. And it's very, very good at doing that for any character. This would apply obviously the same to Genesis 8.1 and 8.1 male or female. So the same thing applies. If you wanted to use Genesis 3, this particular Genesis 3 item or any other item on a Genesis 8.1 character, the same would apply. You would still need that pose. The link will be in the description down below where you can download that pose, and that'll be there so you can put that in your content library so you don't have to worry about that. It'll work for any Genesis 8 character. Alright, so here we are with my Genesis 8 male character. Moving swiftly on to number 5, which is shoes, which is very interesting indeed because there are a lot of shoes that are transferable between the different Genesis 3 and Genesis 8 characters. So the first thing I want to do is go over the easy method. Again, let's go over the easy method, which is the shoes. Now, shoes are transferable as long as the heels are flat, right? The bottom of the shoe, the base of the shoe is flat. That's great, right? Those will work straight away. So for example, if I went to my Genesis 3 adventure outfit, right, again, these adventure boots here, we could use them on a Genesis 8 male. So again, we could just double click that. Use the auto fit. So that was made for a Genesis 3 female, except it's going to do its wonderful magic, the auto fit. It's going to do the projection maps, the way it maps, the normalizing maps, everything. The reason why this auto fit works really well for shoes is because as long as the heel is flat, right? There is no heel. If there's a heel, then we have to do another method. And I'll show you that method shortly. So I'm going to pause this because it's going to take a while and then I'll come back to this. So we're back here and let's have a look at that iRay preview. This has been auto fit and it's done a very good job, right? There it is. Because the heel is flat, right? If you have a look at here, the base of the foot is all flat. So as long as it's flat and there's no heel to it, we can do the majority of shoes, right? So it doesn't matter what it is. Could be sandals or whatever, right? As long as it's flat, it doesn't matter that much. They're going to be okay. We're only going to have problems when we have heel-based footwear is the major problem. And I'm going to talk through that right now. Let's bring our female character back in. Okay. Here it is, and it's the foot here. So when I try to apply the foot here, the Elven Knight armor boots, the Elven Knight boots. Got my Genesis 8 female character selected. Gonna double click that. It's gonna do the auto fit. All right, everything looks okay for now. It's a Genesis 3 female. Click accept. Okay, so it's gonna do all that magic, wonderful auto fitting. And you're going to notice a problem when this is all done. This may take a while again as well, so I'm going to come back to this. So we're back now, and this is the problem. As you can see, this is what happens when you have something with a heel. So there's a heel here associated with it, and when you use the auto fit, this is what happens. So we're going to resolve this issue right now. I'm going to show you the method to resolve this for the majority of heel based footwear. So before we get started, what we need to do is we need to put our character into that Genesis 8 pose. So again, Genesis 3 pose. So again, we go to here, we go to the Gen 3 T pose. Make sure my character is selected, that's a good idea. Put that into Gen 3 T pose because it's a Generation 3 character. And then we can use the foot. Right, all this will be provided, link in the description. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, and then now we can go down to where that Elven, those Elven shoes were. Right, Elven Knight boots. So I'm going to click off. I'm going to click off in the scene here. I don't want anything selected. If you got too much in your scene and you want to deselect something's selected and you can't click anywhere, all you have to do is keep Control pressed and then click on that and then it deselects it. Okay, so essentially it deselects it if you've got no room and you can't click here to deselect it. Then we're going to add the night boots. Okay, so double click, add the night boots. There they are. Okay, right, looks pretty good. What we're going to do now is we are going to just move the feet a bit. So we're going to click on the actual feet of our character, not the Elven boots. Let us just expand that right now. So the feet, left foot, there we go. I'm going to move it, right? We're going to move it so it fits as best as it can. Okay, we're going to try and hide it in there as best as it can. Same with this one as well. So right foot, right, best as it can. There we go. That's pretty good. Just going to have a quick look to make sure everything's okay. A bit of clipping here, so I might take that one a bit back. There we go. Okay. That looks okay. Cool. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go to click on the Elven Knight boots. This is very similar to what we did with the clothing. So we're going to click on this option here. Edit, scene identification. Again, we're going to change this to Genesis 8 female. So click on the preferred base. Click on the three dots here. We're going to scroll down. Genesis 8 female, accept. Again, we're just tricking the Dash Studio into thinking these boots were actually made for Genesis 8 female. Click accept. And then again, we need to click on Genesis 8 female first. This is the correct order. Make sure you get this right, otherwise it won't work. And then you control, and then you click on the left click on the boots in that order. Then we're going to click on that option again here at the top. I'm going to go to edit, rigging, and then right at the bottom here, transfer rigging to figure space. Okay, fantastic. And then all we're going to do now is click on our Elven boots. We're going to go to our parameters tab here, fit to our Genesis 8 female. Accept. There we go. Okay, looks good. Okay, again, we want to save this, so let's do that as well. This will be saved as a wearable preset because we need to also save the position of the foot here, okay? Because if we don't save the position of the foot, the feet will go back to normal. So we need to save the position of the foot. And we're going to do that right now. So here, we're going to click on our character. Just say female. We're going to go to File, Save As, Wearable Preset. Okay. And these are the Elven G3F Elven boots for G8F. Elven. Can't spell Elven. Right. Click save. So again, we're just going to expand this and we are only going to select the boots. So we're going to unselect everything and we're only going to select the boots. And here is the additional part. We're going to go to the pose and we need to include the pose of the feet. Okay, so tick that to make this selected. We're going to unselect everything. You may not have this many things in yours. That's fine. These are just because I have these extra characters and extra pose controls. That's the reason why these are there. Got to uncheck all. I'm going to go into the foot, right? So I'm going to go all the way. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Go into pelvis. So we're going to go all the way down. Left foot, tick that. And I'm going to go right thigh bend, right twist, and then right shin. And then I'm going to click on right foot. All right, that's all we need to do. And then press accept. Cool, that's saved. So when I go back to my library here, you'll see it. There it is. Right. And to show you that it works, we're going to delete these. Okay. We're going to put it back to the original pose. There we go. We're going to go back to the content library and we are going to do the Elven boots. And there you go. Fits brilliantly, right? Fits perfectly. And just to show you the IRA preview, show you that it does fit. There we go. So that was a Generation 3 foot. We're being used on being transferred across manually to a Genesis 8 female. And this would work the same for Genesis 3 footwear to a Genesis 8.1 female, right? The same process applies. I'm just showing you one process, but the same process applies as well to that. So make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave a comment down below. What you liked, what you didn't like about the video, any opinions, your thoughts, leave them down below. Your feedback is very much appreciated. I want to build a community that we are, working together, striving together on this journey to get better, to get to advanced stage quicker so we can create our awesome artwork that we want to create. Also, link in the description down below as well for the Generation 3 T pose for Gen 8 and the foot pose as well. That's in the link in the description down below, and also link in the description down below for the graphic novel Tiger Dragon the Rebirth. These are all the things I use in my graphic novel Tiger Dragon the Rebirth to make the best use of my content. Go and check out that story. It's an amazing story. The campaign has already gone live. If you're watching this after the 30th of August, it's gone live. Go and check it out. At least go check out the intro video. It's an amazing video. I spent a lot of time doing that video. So at least go check that out and read. You can read a bit more about the story as well. If you're a lover of superhero stories, you've had enough of what Marvel and DC are doing with our beloved superheroes, and you want to champion a brand new superhero, that book will be for you. So there you go, folks. Until next week's tutorial, if you want to live your dream life, commit to mastery.